others, we will catch your tears. We all have heavy hearts to
Ah, we're recording now, yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't even recall the last time I really saw you, man. Was it at linkage? Yeah.
Yeah,
But all
it's been a
this,
while. I think it's more than is it 2 years now?
can't be, man.
A year and a half maybe?
I know. I know. I'm at. It's almost 2 years. Yeah, year and a half. I'm at this new place that I'm working at. Probably it's a year and just a few months. Yeah. So yeah, that was like the last time I really spoke to you or see you. Like I know this is not in person, but obviously it's on the call now. So yeah, man. Nice seeing you, bro. Thank you
Yeah,
for
man.
having me, man.
Thank you for joining me, man. Listen, yeah, I wanna welcome you formally. I'm gonna give you a formal welcome. Listen,
Of course.
welcome to the Brogo Zone podcast. I'm your host with the most, Zach. So that's how I do my intros.
Nice.
But yeah, for my peoples, Dale is a friend, Dale is a brother. Dale has always been one of those people who's always motivated me. Um, I think you and I have always had this unspoken uh friendship. We
100%.
we see each other in passing, and then we have a chat, and life
Yeah.
goes on after that. You know what I mean? But we've never really sat down and had a full conversation about life. You know what
That's
I'm
true.
saying? So I just
Hmm.
this is basically just a catch up, and then also to hear what inspires you as a man. What motivates you, um, what drives you to get up in the morning, um,
Mm.
what gives you that extra bit of reassurance, that extra bit of peace, like in your life.
Mm.
What are your morals? What are your perspectives on life? What do you stand for? All those things I
Yeah.
wanna. It's not an interview, per se, but it's for me at the end of the day just a conversation, so I can also, you know, s- get to know more about you and see how you
Mm.
think and how life, revolves around in your brain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
Yes.
100%, man.
So the first
I was,
question.
yeah.
Now, the first question I ask everybody, and you can answer as honestly as possible, as truthfully. How are you doing?
Personally, I'm doing well. In terms of where I am as a person, I like just everyday life. I'm
Mm,
good. I don't like to say I'm content, but then don't get me wrong. But when I say I'm not content, there's still a lot that I aspire for, like in what I want to do and where I want to be in life. Um, so yeah, I wouldn't say I'm content to the point where I'm comfortable and okay with being where I am, you
mm,
know. Not that I'm not happy, but just that I feel there's still more things that I can work towards and I can improve in certain areas in my life. So yeah, overall, I would say I'm happy, but just feel that there's still so much room for me to grow and keep learning, And yeah, that's just the gist of it as to how I'm doing. Um, Personal life, things are good, man.
mm. I can see. I see. I see.
Things
I
are good,
see.
I'm happy. Like overall, I'm happy. Like there's nothing that I can complain about. I mean, I'm here. I'm on this call. I'm alive. I'm well. I have no things that Obviously, I'm thankful to God for just for this mercy that He's given me over these years. And where I am. Obviously, it was my birthday like 2 months ago,
Mm.
and I don't want to give away my age, just not yet.
Man, I say
But
I
yeah,
say my age, man. I
yeah,
don't care anymore.
yeah, that's true. Yeah. So I'm 35 years old. I actually wanted to lie. I wanted to say I'm 29 years old. But yeah, anyway, I'm 35 years old. So yeah, man, I'm just at that point in my life where I'm just looking forward to new things. I'm inspired just obviously now to keep pushing and doing things that fulfills me. I think there's a certain I would say between like 30 and 35 is where I was really I wouldn't say finding myself. I already knew who I was as a person, but I think my values are changing as I grow older.
Mm.
So yeah, that's just, um, there's things that I do think I need to work towards and I do need to obviously progress at. But I'm taking my time and I'm obviously not too hard on myself, try to have fun as I go along. So yeah, man, that's it.
Listen, I've been, like I said, I've known you for quite some time, but we've never really had like a personal. We've had a couple of personal chats, but like never to the
Mm.
point where it's been like in depth, man. You know what I'm saying? So, um, what what inspires you to get up in the morning? What drives you? You know what I mean? What is that thing that just besides getting up for work, what else
Mm.
is there that gives you that extra bit of motivation to do what you do?
Just the mere fact that I'm blessed for another day, man. Just I think life inspires me a lot because for me it's a blessing to be able to wake up in the morning, firstly.
Mm,
Um, and I think in terms of just as humans, I think we take so much for granted. We don't realize the blessings we have as people to wake up in the morning and to have another chance at your goals or what you really want to achieve, and accomplish. So that actually drives me. And I think just going back to what I said earlier on, I'm not content. So I feel like there's still like so much more for me to do and get to.
yeah.
So that's just I think life inspires me, man. Just in general, it inspires me, and the mere fact that I still feel like there's still so much that I need to do, um, and also our time on earth is so limited, so why not make the most of it?
Mm.
So yeah, that's just it for me. Nothing crazy, nothing like over the top.
Uh, listen, your fitness journey. Like I
Yeah,
mentioned to you on WhatsApp. I was like, I need to get to this guy because this guy's doing things that
yeah,
I should be doing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Um, where did that come about? I think you were sort of always active, but not as active as you
yeah.
are now. What brought on this newfound energy?
Sure. For me, like you mentioned, I've always kept like or tried to be active.
Mm.
I remember like a few years ago, I would say like maybe if you're looking at like say 10 years ago, um, or even further, like back in 2015, 14, that roundabout there, which is yeah, more or less 10 years ago. I remember there was I never really used to be like someone that was into sports or I was a lazy guy. I was the person that why do you want to go for a run and why do you want to do this and why do I need
Uh-huh.
to keep fit and be this person, you're gonna die anyway, how some people are, you're gonna die anyway or whatever. But I think what really hit home for me was there was also a time in my life where I would say partying a lot, you know
Mm.
and I think I kind of grew old in or that grew old to me, not I grew old, that grew old to me, and I just realized I need to make a change in my life. Because the path I was heading to, like not where I was getting involved with the wrong things or whatever, but the habits that I had, I could see that this is only going to be for so long,
Mm.
you know. And you can see the like these little telltale signs like that I started picking up where I would tell myself like, yo, I'm not going to do it now. I'll do it, you know, when I get there or when I feel like it
Mm.
or when I think what really changed for me was we had started realizing, I keep putting off small things,
Yeah.
like small things, like it's minuscule to the point where you don't even realize it, but like simple things when I would just put it off and not
Mm.
do it. And slowly I started not lacking, but there was like other, it was like snowball effect where other areas in my life was also becoming, like where I'm just never-minded about it, nonchalant, whatever, not
Mm,
giving my full potential or, that type of thing. And I think I decided there was this time when I just decided, let's go for like a jog. And I went for a jog. I never had any smart watches or anything like that.
mm,
So I would like leave the house at like say 6:30 and I'll come back like 7:15, quarter to 8, tired. I'm like, yo, I ran for like an hour and 15 minutes, and it was not even 3 kilometers.
uh,
So started picking up like, yo, this, and I'm like still a young person. Like in my mind, I'm thinking, I'm so young, I can't even run the 3 kilometer, in so much time. And I think as time went on, I kept doing it. I would do it like for 2 nights, come from work. I would walk home from work where I used to work. So I would work like close to where I used to stay as well. That would be like a 30-minute walk. So
mm,
I think that's where it kind of started. I would walk a bit faster in the evening because I want to get home, go for the jog because I want to, do this before the sunset because I
mm,
obviously come from the area. I need to make sure like here I need to do it when it's still light, not when it's dark. So that kind of motivated me. So walk fast from work, get home, go for the jog, and slowly those little habits started, like becoming where it's like, yo, I have to do this now.
mm,
So I think for me, it was more so building a habit than me actually just saying, yo, I want to become this fitness person. So I would make it part of my routine. If I get home, I'm going to go for a jog, that type of thing.
uh,
And as time went on, obviously, started to I started to get lazy again. And I think that's the problem, like it's just
yeah.
habits, like these old habits that you have, it takes a while to really get rid of it. Um, in terms of like you feel you want to do it, but there's still that part of you that's like, nah, man, let's just leave it. Let's just leave it. And there was a time I started picking up weight as well.
Mm,
So like I think it's year 2017, 2018, I started picking up weight and I could just see like how I stopped running as much again, you know. And I was getting to the point I was like weighing almost like 89 kgs,
mm,
and with work, where we used to work, that
yeah, yeah, yeah.
stays in the older building. Um, just walking from the ground floor to like the top floor, I would be tired when I get to the top of the stairs, and that's not even that long flight of
Uh,
stairs. That was like, nah, this is not it. This is not it. And I think a big part of it was is where I also wasn't eating well.
mm.
So it would be takeouts, at work you'd have takeouts. I'd have takeouts for breakfast, a McMuffin,
Don't worry, I
egg
saw it all.
McMuffin.
I saw
Yeah, you know
everything.
what I mean? Egg McMuffin, that's for
Uh,
breakfast. And then come lunchtime, then it's KFC.
mm,
And there's times I would get home in the evening, and I think 2017 I started dating my current girlfriend, and I'd get home in the evening after eating an egg McMuffin and a KFC for lunch. I get home, so I'd go to her place for supper. But now I get there and I say, okay, she didn't make supper. It's like,
mm.
no, let's go get something to eat.
And
Now it's
you go,
maybe a Wednesday. Then we go have wacky Wednesdays, and it
ah,
was crazy
go
like
here.
that. Yeah, it was
Uh,
crazy like that. Where it's like I would have to take out eat like whole day basically.
mm,
And that's where the weight started coming and like, back in the kilos. And then I just realized, oh man, this is not what I want for myself. This is not the this is not where I see myself. Like I think for me it's more a realization of like, yo, is this really the life I want for myself?
mm,
Apart from a career, apart from whatever else, my health, I started putting that in the forefront. I never had any health scares or risk where I was hitting a point where I really had to stop. I think it was more so a realization of like, yo, my habits that I have now, it's not gonna last. I'm not gonna the body is not gonna stay young forever.
mm,
And if I'm not fueling it properly, it's gonna get to a point where it's like, yo, it's too late now. And I've seen many people. people I know personally that maybe hit those areas in their life, and then it's like it's too late, you know.
Yeah.
So I think for me it was just more so realizing that the habits that I currently have is not going to sustain me for the rest of my life or for as long as I'm here. And that really motivated me to this point now. So fast forward into now, that's like just a backstory there, like
Mm-mm-mm.
just my realization or whatever. So fast forward to now I know I've recently started like, posting more, and I never used to post my stuff. So I'd always just do the workouts, do the running. But I think what really started to trigger me in terms of I need to, let's do this
Mm-mm.
and keep doing it, and not let these old habits creep up on me. It still
Yeah.
does to this day. It's not easy, It's not like we are some person that's immune to having those thoughts of I don't feel like doing this today, man. I don't feel like going for that run today. I don't feel like doing the workout. I still get it. The only difference now is that I've learned to basically keep a promise to myself.
Mm.
So for me, it's like I've told myself I don't want to go back to or even fall into those old habits again. So I need to keep showing up, keep
Yeah.
doing what I'm doing as hard as it is. And I don't have the same energy every day. Number one,
Mm.
there was a time also where I was going a bit too hard, and the body also like has its way of telling me, okay, brother, you need
Relax.
to relax a bit, so you need
uh,
to slow down, you need to take it easy. So for me now, it's just a case of I've already built the habit. So now I'm basically maintaining that. So I think that's the hardest part at the moment, maintaining that habit and keeping at it long enough so that I just get better at it.
mm.
But as time is going on as well, it's not easy. It's not where it's like, it's second nature to me. The
Yeah.
only difference is that I've also learned to kind of enjoy it to some degree,
Mm.
but it's also like I have to go and do it. It's
You
like
have
when I
to.
don't do it, yeah, when I don't do it, I feel like there's that part where I'm letting myself down. And I
Mm.
think that's basically where it stems from, where I keep doing it. I, I've made that promise to myself, and I don't want to go back and fall back into those habits of not keeping those promises, basically.
Yeah.
All it is. So yeah.
So what is there anybody um like fit in the fitness world, that seeing as that we're on this topic, is there anybody in the fitness world that sort of inspired you? Like for me, um, I'm a big rugby fan. So there's certain people that give me that extra bit of boost, like I pretend in my mind I'm like a like a famous player
Yeah,
type of thing, you know what I mean? Um,
yeah,
that
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
that's my motivation again. But is there anybody that you follow specifically? Like I follow this guy called Chris Bumstead. He's a seven-time like a Mr. Olympia type of thing, a winner. But his body's obviously next level. You know what I mean? Not
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
where I see myself, but just the motivation behind getting up in the morning at 5 a.m. or whatever it is, and putting in that grinding work, because at the end of the day there is a goal. Who who
Mhm.
inspires you, or who was part of your fitness journey? A male or female, doesn't matter.
For me personally, there's a few people that I follow online, and when I look at like really, I wouldn't say specifically someone, but if this truly is someone that inspires me and the story inspires me, it's like probably like your typical David Goggins type of thing.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
I remember seeing this one clip of him where he was like showing he was running in like this desert, or he was explaining some story, he was running, whatever. And I don't know how far this bro was running, but his feet looked so messed up, man. And he stopped and he, like, I don't know if he was trying to bandage it up
Mm, mm,
and,
mm.
doing his thing or whatever. But as he's telling the story, he's also like sharing how he lost all the weight and whatever. Then I heard this Brad did like this Navy training thing.
Yes,
He did it
I
like
saw that. I saw that.
14
Yeah.
times or some crazy number like that. I don't know, 14 times. But anyway, so yeah, his story really inspires me, like David Goggins. Um, and then also, yeah, David Goggins. There's also people like obviously The Rock. If
Oh,
you listen
yes.
to his story and his
Definitely.
training and
Yeah.
whatever, that's also one of the thing. And then also like some people that's not as popular. I follow a lot of people that box.
Mm, mm, mm.
I, I don't even know their names. I just now follow them. I'll share some with them after, but
Uh,
it's just like it's your everyday people as well that just inspires me. There's some people here in Cape Town as well that's doing the thing. Like there's this guy, I don't know if you've ever seen um, Lime CPT, this guy that runs like he does like a marathon on a Saturday if we have lists. He would like run from East Stage to Cape Town and back.
sure.
People like that.
Yeah, yeah,
That's people
yeah.
like, and this is I mean, he's definitely not your average person. That man is next level. But
Uh,
stories like that inspires me, and it just shows, man, that if you really put your mind to something, you definitely can achieve it. And I look at a lot of things like even family members. I look at how maybe they are living their lives at the moment, and I think to myself, that's not where I want to be.
mm, mm,
Just
mm.
not that I'm looking down on anyone, but I always like think to myself, I definitely need to. I can't make all the mistakes. You can learn from certain people as well, and
Yeah.
not to point a finger and not to be like, yeah, because you do that or whatever. But you also just tell yourself, that's not that's not the way to.
Mm,
That's not what I would want for myself. So yeah, in terms of fitness, I don't have anyone specific, but like stories like obviously David Goggins, those are the kind of people that really inspires me. The stuff he talks as well. I remember there was also another clip of his that I watched, and I think that also kind of gave me that, no, let's just do this.
yeah.
Where he was, I think this camera crew was running with him, and then he was obviously doing his thing and hitting the point where it's like his body's burnt out.
Mm.
He was like, I think it's a famous clip of him, and he's like, they don't know me, or they don't know me. And the camera crew is like, who's this man talking to? You know, like, just go, yeah, it's like, I see you. They don't know me, man. They don't know me. They're like, who's this man talking to? It's again, stuff like that is what really like, also for me, is like, just like, if there's no way that that person can do it, but you can't. So
Uh,
for me, it's just things like that, man. And of course, like your sports people, there's a lot of I mean, our rugby players here in South Africa, their stories inspire you. People like look at I think it's Mapimpi. If you
mm,
listen to his story as well, it's things like that.
yeah.
I take a little bit from everyone, man. Like the backstories and where they come from, and the things they went not necessarily gone through, but just small stories like that that also kind of impacts or influence. And for me personally, I think that that's something I've learned now, that on social media, it really has the ability to shape how you think as well,
Yeah.
who you follow, the things you follow, what you like. I'm not saying that I'm like this, straight and narrow, and I don't deter off
Mm,
but for the most part, I try to make it as much of like informative and things that inspire me, apart from the laughing and the whatever else. But yeah,
did you ever have, I hope this is not too personal. Did you ever have issues with your confidence, like growing up?
yeah, definitely. When I was younger, I had very low self-esteem, I would say. I used to be very I would say like shy, like thinking that I'm not good enough
Mm, mm,
type of
mm, mm.
thing. So that I wouldn't say shy, but I would say like, like, nah, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't do that. Or
Yeah.
nah,
Like
whatever.
almost
They're
like
gonna think about me.
you afraid to be yourself type of thing.
100%. But it was very not like in my older older like I would say teenage years or like when I was much younger, like just becoming a teenager, early teenage. There
Mm,
was there was some degree of low self-esteem where I might think I'm not good enough or I'm not just everyday things like I can't run as fast as that person or I can't do things as good as that person, or I'm probably not as and I mean I know it's what's the word where you think to yourself I'm not good looking enough or I'm
mm,
not
mm,
this
mm.
enough. I definitely went through those things as a youngster, and I think for there was a time also where when you have too much to drink and then that alter ego kind of comes out. So
The confident guy comes out
yeah,
with a wrong
so that
motivation.
so yeah, that I fell into that trap a lot. But as time as time went on, I started realizing that these were all limiting beliefs that I had about myself, and
Mm,
not necessary what people think about me. And if you think about it, for me, it's more now. The older I got, eventually, I got to the point where I'm like, yo, I'm here judging myself amongst everybody else that's just as average as I am.
mm, mm, mm.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm not trying to say these people better than whatever, but like, why should I be afraid of what this person thinks about me? And this person is not even close to what let's say you have, this is how I see it. Let's say you have this a certain goal or you want to achieve a certain
Mm,
thing in life and you need advice from someone, right? Would you take the advice from a person that is already where you want to be, or would you take the advice from someone that's doing the same thing you're doing on the same? Do,
mm.
do you understand where I'm
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
from?
yeah.
Like why would I feel like I'm not good enough because the people that I'm looking at is just as average as I am.
Mm,
So it was just a shift in my, limiting belief in terms of, but hang on, I would much rather have someone that is already who already embodies where I would want to be or what I would want to do. Tell me, yo, that's not the way you should do it.
mm.
If you get what I'm saying, like
Yeah.
that's not the way you should do it. You'd rather do this or that or show me the way. Then I'm like, okay, that makes sense. I'd feel less. How can I say? I wouldn't feel like put down because that's actually that person's been through it. That person knows where they're coming from in terms of, they live the actual life
Mm.
that I'm still aspiring to,
Driving
get
towards,
to
yeah.
or driving towards. So yeah, I think that's kind of what's changed in terms of like where my confidence is, and yeah, just realizing that those are all limiting beliefs. I think it's also changed a lot for me personally, in my personal relationships as well.
Mm,
Because sometimes you hold back in certain relationships, and whether it's from romantic relationships or friendships or whatever, you hold back because you think, firstly, this is like what I used to see it. It's either I would think like, yo, I'm not um, good enough or
mm.
I don't really bring much to the table. So you hold back or those type of things.
Yeah.
So the moment you change that was just for myself where I start shifting that limiting belief, your I think automatically your relationships it thrives, because you you're not holding back from, and you're not afraid to be yourself around people, you know.
Mm,
And for the most part, people are forthcoming with it. You know, they
yeah.
if you show your true self, they yes, I might think you're okay, this idiot, but at the end of the day,
Uh,
I'm also an idiot. You know, in
yeah.
certain areas of my life, I'm also like that brother. Yeah, no, you have to say that now, type
Mm,
of thing. You know, so yeah, man. I think it's more so about just being yourself and not putting these limiting beliefs on yourself. But I think it's more so when you're younger, man.
yeah.
You really struggle with that. And of course, I know there's certain areas still now where I maybe lack a bit of confidence in terms of like I would think, did I do it properly? You
Mm,
know, where I'm still kind of doubting myself. I should have maybe said that. I should have done
yeah.
that.
Those
And it's always
what
all,
if moments, yeah.
yeah, what ifs,
Mm,
what, but the difference is that I've tried to shorten the time between, you know, so this, when I was younger, it would go on for days and for weeks and for,
mm,
you know, months where I'm just still pondering about something I should have said or should have done. Or, but now it's like the thought comes in, I catch it, I feel it, and then like, you know what, you're being silly, man.
yeah.
Just keep it moving, type of thing. So I think that's the only difference now, yeah. So yeah.
Listen, we've got a couple of minutes left. Spiritually, where
Hmm.
we've got about 7 minutes left, to be honest now. Like spiritually, where are you like with your walk with God?
So I've I'm very involved in church.
Mm,
So I'm part of the Roman Catholic Church, and currently I'm part of the PPC. So it's the parish council basically.
okay.
So myself and Damien, a good friend of mine, we are basically we have a portfolio where we are the evangelization team. So we have the evangelization portfolio. So the PPC is like made up of different, you would say portfolios.
Mm,
So we part of the evangelization, and then you get like your youth development or you know that type of thing for outreach and whatever else. Anyway,
okay.
not to waste that 7 minutes, but anyway. So yeah, personally, I've grown spiritually. You know, I
Mm,
had to. There was a lot of things I had to relearn. I had to relearn how to pray. You know,
mm,
I kind of forgot how to pray, and it's so crazy, like to say that. But the only time you really realize that is when you need to pray.
yeah.
You know, and I had to relearn praying. And what's crazy is that how I learned that is through. So in the Catholic Church, there is the RCIA class. So that's basically where you want to become Catholic. So say you're an adult. It's basically you're going through your confirmation as an adult.
Mm,
So you would then attend the RCIA class. So my girlfriend was doing that. So I was a sponsor and I was walking the path with her now, you know, in the RCIA class.
okay.
And I would just sit in on these classes. And that's where I basically realized that, yo, I don't know how to pray, man. You know, like, well, not just that I don't know how to pray, but I actually forgot how to pray.
Mm,
And when I look at it, I slowly started building, like going back to prayer and praying again and just having I'm not saying that you need to pray structured,
mm,
but how to speak to God, you know, is what I had to relearn. So spiritually, I think I'm still growing. I'm still evolving
mm,
in that space where I'm making sure that God is in the center of everything that I do. Always make time to pray. Always thankful.
mm.
There's times, obviously, I do forget to pray. Don't get me wrong. I'm not, holier than thou, and I'm not like some monk or whatever.
Uh,
Spiritually, I think I'm moving towards the right path
mm,
as to where I want to be.
yeah.
And yeah, I hope I could have dived into the evangelization thing now a bit, but I don't know if, we had that 7 minutes. I don't know if we call, you mean the call is going to cut 4 minutes? Oh my.
But yeah, but listen,
But, mm,
yeah, I just to squeeze in there also. Yeah, I think
Mm,
I'm also on that journey, man. That just trying to get sort of back to where you were, type of thing. Your
mm.
I think the Afrikaans word is so much nicer. Your beginsels. Um,
Yeah,
getting back to
definitely.
the beginning, the core of like sort of
Mm,
who you are as a you because
of
I
course.
mean we all are essentially spiritual. It's just a question of
Mm,
uh, uh um how do we get there, or how do we stay there, how do we maintain that spiritual connection. Yeah, so from my
100%.
side, it is a journey. It's one that I'm also just trying to reconnect myself with. But
Mm,
yeah, it's a journey. It's a journey. It's if you don't open yourself up to it, you're not gonna know what it feels like. So, but yeah, listen, my brother. Yeah, we're running out of time, but I wanna say thank you, man. We could always catch up again and continue the
no,
conversation.
100%.
So I just want to
Mm,
say thank you, man, for sharing those words of inspiration and
yeah, no, thank
motivation.
you.
So yeah, thank you
Yeah,
so much, man. And
thank you for having me as well. We definitely need to, I think we need to do a part two, man. I feel like
yeah,
there's still so
we must do a
much
part two. There's way too much to get into.
yeah, there's way too much. So we definitely need to do a part two. And yeah, thank you for having me, Zach. It's always
Anytime,
a
my brother,
pleasure
anytime. Yeah, listen,
to have it. Yeah,
I'm gonna sign off, and yeah, thank you so much
100%.
for taking time out of your busy schedule. You were a
Of
man
course,
of
man. Always,
you were a man
always willing
of
to.
levels now. You see, you're just going higher and higher. Okay, my brother.
Take care.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
thank you
Anyway,
so
we talk
much.
again. We talk
We'll
again.
talk again. Thanks,
Cheers,
man.
man.
Thanks, I
Cheers,
appreciate
bye.
it. Okay, bye bye.
Cool. Bye.
We are all brothers who care.